Let's talk about a couple of stocks now. Sanjeev Bhasin, Director at IIFL Securities, joins us on the show. Hi, Sanjeev. We're almost there, 18,500. You called it out, so good going on the index. Let's discuss a few stocks that will be in focus, Sanjeev, today. Shree Cement, the number's a little bit disappointing, but we know it's a quality name. It's corrected a little bit from the top. From the cement space, what do you like from here on? There's also some buzz of some inorganic growth. Let's see whether or not some deal gets closed out.
Yeah, good morning, Nigel. We missed you on Friday. I was live in your studio, and
I missed you. I missed you too.
And one of your biggest fans from my team had come. He said, I only follow Nigel. He's my idol. Because the data you give out on F&O and the derivatives is, kudos to you. So people don't follow me. My own team members follow you.
Sanjeev, I'm looking forward to meeting your team members. Maybe I'll come across to Delhi, in the next 10 days or so. I'm going to try to touch base, and thank you for, I put in a good effort, and thanks for noticing it. But let's talk about stocks.
So let's talk about stocks. We are hitting new highs now. We are closer to 18,460. I told Prashant and Surbi we'll take it out on Wednesday. Today may be a day of flat trade, but tomorrow we are up and rearing. You can't run with the hares and hunt with the hounds. If in end January, February, Adani hit 1,000, it is back to 2,200. As a disclosure, both the Adani twins are on our long position, and 3,000 is coming on Adani Enterprises just to scare the bears. So remember, greed and fear go hand in hand, whether it was Hindenburg or the SEBI promulgation and so on. All the real realizations are coming out now. The underlying businesses, as I had sent to Prashant around 27 February, Adani Port and Ambuja were a steal. We think Ambuja is going to be the top performing cement stock. Ultratech has hit new highs, and there's no question even Shree Cement will join the rally. Simply put, Nigel, Shree Cement is the lowest cost producer of cement, not in India, in the world. And given that margins have accreted, we know that this is a weak quarter, the real margin expansion comes after the monsoon. So buy on declines and wait for 18,460 to get crossed, and we'll celebrate.
Okay, all right. So you're holding on to that call, Sanjeev, and we're watching the market as well carefully. You mentioned, this momentum that's coming through the market. Did you find it a bit peculiar that yesterday banks were sitting out, or do you think that that's a one-day phenomena, just technical adjustments? Would you basically, since you're positive on the market, would you load up more on financial positions? And if yes, which are the stocks that you would look at?
So, Surbi, yesterday maybe a little pause in that because you had the Adani twins and IT firing all guns. On Friday, I mentioned Persistent, HCL Tech and Tech Mahindra as my favorites. And I have no two ways. Bank Nifty is going to new highs. The expiry will be above 44,000. So if you had to sit out a day, that doesn't do any harm. AU Bank, IDFC First, Kotak are leading from the front. They will end at new highs. And then it's a matter of time as sectoral rotation takes place. Yesterday, the IT index was up 2.5%. And when last did you see HCL Tech, Persistent, LTIM, all of them move in tandem? So I think the underlying bearishness on IT is getting reduced. Ownership is maybe at a new low. And look at the woods around you. What is happening on the NASDAQ? I mean, Microsoft is up to almost $3 trillion. Apple has had the best run in the last 4 months, and so is Meta. So, anybody who follows those stocks has to be long on some of the IT plays. And I think it is a matter of time before the debt ceiling gets up. By the way, why do we have to follow the US always? Look at the so-called dumbasses. Every month, every year, they have a debt ceiling which has to be done with. Have a budget and get it passed through. Take some examples from us.
Sanjeev, hi, good morning. Just coming back, we had to take a quick break here, but Sanjeev Bhasin is, interesting conversation and interesting phrase of words as well. We'll take a break. We are back, and we will have Anu join in for a quick trade setup as well. We get you the top stocks of the day with our technical experts and futures and options strategy as well. So all of that coming up. Sanjeev stays with us. We are back in just two.
Sanjeev, what about Vedanta? There seems to be only one player out there paying out dividend. Now actually it's getting a little tricky because otherwise they were getting money from Hindustan Zinc and paying it out. Now, this is going to keep debt levels a little bit elevated because that Hindustan Zinc's kitty is totally wiped out. They'll have to generate fresh cash flows. How do you view this stock at around 285 rupees?
Yeah, so Vedanta has been a no-brainer all the way from 90 when Anil Agarwal tried to up his stake. He went up to 380, 420 to buy those stocks. And I think, Nigel, personally, I think maybe ferrous and non-ferrous both may have bottomed out. There was this humdrum of China slowdown and not being as active as China won. But I think dollar is headed lower. As soon as you get through this debt ceiling crisis, the dollar's rally will fade faster than you thought. And I think metals, particularly from the commentary I received from Tata Steel and Hindalco, they are going to be in very, very fine shape. So I think this is a buying opportunity. Vedanta has been the best dividend payout. I mean, in any commodity or any stock which you take. And arguably, the debt levels have always been a cause of bother, but that's been from 100 rupees. The stock is 300. It pays more than 85 to 90 rupees as dividends. And I think that, like I said, I am bullish on both copper and steel going ahead. Tata Steel seems very, very bullish. And I think it's just a matter of time as the dollar weakens. We should see China up and running and maybe commodities. So a dark horse play could be actually Tata Steel and Hindalco at this price.